Alright, we are on bag number 5 of the Lego Ideas Home Alone set. So exciting. As you can see, it's actually starting to look like a house. Sort of. Got the OK Plumbing and Heating van over there on standby. The bag set. Wait for a couple of folks to get on. While we're waiting, we're going to do some funny mashups here. There we go. Frankenstein's monster right there in the house. That makes sense, right? All right, let's go ahead and get started. Once again, the best way to organize your pieces is not to organize them. There we go. Life is too short to organize little bags of Lego pieces when you could spend that time building. You know what's funny? This is reminding me of something. Reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Around the beginning of the game, there's like kind of like a partial house that you're trying to get. I think his name is Sokolov, the scientist you're trying to rescue him from, and it's kind of like in this kind of state of building where there's some walls and there's like a little basement under it. It's just what it reminds me of. I don't know. Maybe that's not the most apt comparison, but certainly what it puts me in the mind of right now. All right. Let's get started. So it appears that a whole lot of this bag, from what I can tell, is going to be walls. That kind of appears to be the long and short of it. And that's okay, because it's very necessary. Of course, the real fun is going to be building the crazy interior of this beautiful house. So I'm really looking forward to that. All right. 2 of these guys. So many great Lego sets out at the end of this year. It feels like they all came out at once, too. Like it, I don't know, there's a few sets that kind of piqued my interest throughout the year, but right here at the end of 2021, it just seems like the releases just all slammed together, which it makes sense. That's when Lego is going to make the most of their money, is in the holiday season. So, especially with a set that is literally dedicated to the holidays, so it makes all the sense in the world. Go for it. Make all the money you can, Lego. Hey, if the products are good, then it's a win-win for everybody. It's a win for AFOLs like me. It's a win for the kids, and that's the main thing. Lego is a great adult hobby, but you know, if it's not working for the kids, then it's time to close up shop. Okay. Oh, wrong piece. Don't you love it when you sit there forever trying to figure out what you did wrong? The answer always seems so obvious. You know, I think everybody has like a favorite Lego piece of some sort. For me, it's always going to be the brick pieces. They're ingenious. They're brilliant. They go together and they create such a great illusion, and they're just stylized enough for me. I don't know. I love putting together the brick pieces. I absolutely love it. It just always works, and especially, and I don't know the Lego colors by heart. Some people know all the names of these, but I would call this the kind of like dark reddish brown. I have no idea if that's the right name or not, but I really love the brick pieces in that. Just a lot of fun to see those go together, and it creates a wonderful illusion too. Absolutely wonderful. Now, while I was out today, I saw something pretty cool. At my local Walmart, there was actually a big display. And, Walmart does this, especially around this time of year, when they have some kind of exclusivity or early release on something. And it was a big display just for the Batman sets. And when I say the Batman, I mean the Batman, as in the Rob Pattinson movie that's coming down the pipeline. So that was really cool to see all four of the major sets. Because when I say four, I mean they even had the Technic set, the Technic Batmobile. And I'm usually not very interested in Technic sets, but I gotta say, the Technic Batmobile is really nice. Reminds me quite a bit of the Fast and the Furious Dom's Charger, a Dodge Charger set. I actually thought that was a pretty cool set. I never got it, but I almost did. Especially after watching the latest Fast and the Furious. I thought, maybe. But I'm not that huge of a mega fan, I guess, to get this giant Dodge Charger Lego set. Now, if there was a brick-built Dom, like Vin Diesel, that came with it, I would have been all over it. Like this, I don't know, he would have been like 8 inches tall or something. Which consequently is not much taller than Vin Diesel is in real life. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just kidding. Vin Diesel, please don't kill me. I know you could. It's all about family. It's funny when you're first starting to build some of these walls, you have this weird kind of stuff right here. I have no idea what this is going to be. I assume something's going to like rest on it in the house, but I don't have a clue. So we'll find out together. More of those little windows that we talked about last time. Those 90s windows. And of course, my favorite part of them, the little transparent plates that rest right in them and click in. Fantastic. There we go. All right. Looking good there. Okay, then we have kind of a little micro build coming up that we put on the top. Someone drilled a hole in my Lego piece. Look at that. In all seriousness, Lego customer service is fantastic. Every time I've ever had any problem, Lego has been overtly helpful. I mean, like no other company. Most other toy companies, you reach out to their customer service and you won't even hear back. But with Lego, oh my gosh, they're tripping over each other to help you. Funny story about that. One time I had an issue, and it was a really funny issue. It was when the Lego Batman movie was coming out. And so I was missing a bag. So I had a bag just completely missing. They instead gave me a duplicate of another numbered bag. So as you can imagine, it was pretty aggravating, to have that much of a set missing. So, I reached out to Lego, can you help me out? And sure enough, they, were all too happy to help, and they were going to send these parts out for the missing bag. But as I soon found out, it wasn't as simple as I thought it was going to be, because somehow in their system, they kept sending me the same replacement parts over and over and over again. So I would go to my mailbox, and I would get in there, and there would be a padded envelope, and there would be my replacement parts. And then the next day, I would come out, and the exact same parts would be in my mailbox again. And then the next day, it would happen. And I think one day there were 2 padded envelopes that were full of replacement parts. I couldn't believe it, that it just kept happening over and over again. And I mean, it wasn't like I was trying to scam the system or something and get more of a certain part, because these were kind of useless. And so I immediately, I called them after like the second or third one, because I chalked the first, 2 or 3 up to like a fluke. And I called them and I was like, hey, you may want to, do a little something about this. You guys are sending me like non-stop replacement parts, and you may not want to. And I think I got like 2 or 3 more bags of those same replacement parts before they finally put a stop to that. When I first told them, it was the only time Lego customer service has ever seemed even the slightest bit unpleasant, because I really think that they weren't quite sure that I was telling the truth. I sort of think that they were like kind of apprehensive, like I was playing some kind of joke or something. I don't know what I would have gained from that, but I was just trying to be as earnest as possible and as transparent as I could. That hey, you guys are sending me the same parts over and over again. So who knows? It was starting to become kind of a nuisance to get the same parts over and over. You would think that would be awesome to get all this free Lego, but it wasn't so. Everything was indeed not awesome getting those over and over again. Okay. All right. Got another piece of the house made there. All right. Looks like we're maybe doing some stairs or something here, or something. I don't know. Looks like we're switching over to the white pieces for a hot minute here. Yeah. Got these guys, old familiar friends. Okay, that just goes beside this. Oh, that's what this is for. I guess this is that piece we were wondering about earlier. This just rests on it and just connect. Guess it just gives these a little bit more support, maybe? No, I'm not doing that right. Let's see. Oh, no. It goes between them. I see. All right. So something's going to connect down onto that, and then it's going to strengthen that wall right there. Okay. That's pretty nifty. I like that. That one. Some just flat out white pieces there. All right, now this is what attaches on the little arm that we had coming out from the wall. That should kind of help brace that wall too, so it's a win-win. Okay. And we got to use some more of those. I think those are supposed to be stairs, I believe. Of course, that'll be abundantly more clear as we build the upper sections. Nope, wrong ones. There we go. Nice. It's funny looking back at the movie, they have the off-brand, like Little Caesars in the movie, like the parody Little Caesars, which is Little Nero's in the movie instead of Little Caesars. Even as a kid, I thought that was pretty funny, even though I didn't exactly get that reference. But looking back, if anybody had known what a huge hit Home Alone was going to be, I have a feeling Little Caesars themselves would have been dying to have been a part of the promotion, or had, kind of like name dropped in the movie. But I don't know. I'm really glad that it's Little Nero's. I think it makes the in-universe, I don't know, it just seems kind of funny that way. I like the comedy of Little Nero's Pizza. But it is funny that they have a delivery guy in the movie because that was never really Little Caesar's thing, delivery. So even if it was Little Caesar's, it really wouldn't have made all the sense in the world. There we go. All right, and we also have our first little like interior detail for the house. Looks like we're building like a little a vase of flowers. So this is the first discernible like actual cosmetic little flourish inside the house, which is cool. Love that little vase there. That's excellent. You know, if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I love little micro builds, like within larger structures. I love it. I like it to be minifigure scale. That's a pet peeve of mine. I'm not so crazy about micro scale, but I like micro kind of things in a minifigure scale set like this. So I like that. You know, it's going to be fun for me when I get done building this set to actually go back and watch the movie this year, because I've not started my viewings of Home Alone this year as I usually have. But when I do, I think I'm going to be a lot more keenly aware of the layout of the house thanks to this set, which is a fun little bonus, I guess. I mean, I guess if you build a facsimile of something, you're going to be a little more familiar with it. It's going to be more, you're going to be more keenly aware of the way that it's put together, I think. All right, got those. Oh, that's neat. Kind of creates a little nook right there. That's nice. Ah, now we have the actual layering over the stairs. I guess this will kind of give them a red color. Ah! There we go. You know, something we could talk about all day would be the comparisons of different John Williams scores. But Home Alone is, I mean, to me, it's the themes in the movie are almost as iconic, or really just as iconic as a bunch of the Star Wars music. I know that sounds insane, but to me, I was a Home Alone fan far before, or long before, should I say, I was a Star Wars fan. So you could almost say that the music of Home Alone is a little more baked into my memory than even the Star Wars music. So, which isn't, it's not a commentary on it or anything. That's not me saying one is better than the other or whatever. They're just different. Nobody's reaching for the, for the Home Alone music to do like Star Wars mashups or something. Although that would be kind of funny, actually. Because some of the themes would probably seamlessly kind of blend together a little bit, because they have that John Williams kind of footprint to them. That musical, I don't know, I guess you'd call it. John Williams has little motifs, little shades that I think are present in all of his music. Lego has some excellent Christmas sets out this year. One of them is Santa's, I think it's called Santa's Visit or something. And it's this house, and Santa's supposed to come down the chimney and all this. And it looks great. And I always love their Christmas sets every year. And I'm always resisting, trying to buy a bunch of the Christmas sets. But that one really does appeal to me. However, I mean, if you ask me, they are sort of competing with themselves on this one. Because, yeah, you could get their really cool, little, admittedly generic, Christmas house, and it's really nice for what it is. Or you could get an iconic, movie house, like this beautiful kind of Victorian styled house that is all decked out for Christmas. So, to me, I know which one appeals to me more. But then again, I guess if you're someone who has no attachment to Home Alone whatsoever, this wouldn't mean anything to you. But I don't know. Who couldn't watch Home Alone and think that it was just amazing? I think you could show it to just a cross section of people across different cultures and people of different ages. I think anybody would like Home Alone. So, and let's be clear, the only reason that a set like this even got made was because if you look at the demographic of people who are AFOLs and who are actually spending the money on these sets, and they're people who are my age, people who are in their mid-30s and their early 40s. And what do those people have in common? Well, they were kids who loved Home Alone. So it's great to see Lego as a company realizing, especially just with the Lego Ideas program in general, that there is this really dedicated group of people who, yeah, it's not only are they doing what people want to see, but it's a great way to just make money. And that means, that's good business because your customers are happy and your investors are happy. And in the case of Lego, aren't they still private? I have no idea. I don't keep up with any of that. It's for someone far more knowledgeable than I to discern. Oh, yeah. Whatever this is. Maybe it's an element of the staircase. Yeah, it's an element of the stairs. It's when looks like it's when the stairs start to twist around, maybe. It's still incredibly hard for me to believe that I'm building a Lego Home Alone set. Like, it really is. It's incredibly difficult for me to believe that this is a real thing and this is real life. Now I'm going to say something people might think sounds really funny, but I'm really thankful that they made this. This is really nice. It's the kind of thing that you would see on a list. You wouldn't think anybody would actually make it. But here's Lego, bringing joy to the world. So good on them. Good on them. Okay. Building this set, I'm hearing all the soundtrack songs in my head. I'm hearing Tom Petty, pretty strong. God rest his soul. Here we go. Thought I'd lost this feller for a minute. There we go. Ah. So this just plugs into the other pre-built kind of support here. There we go. Now we've got a nice symmetry. Oh, I see. That's an entryway in one of the rooms. There was a lot of that 90s like white molding around a bunch of the entryways and things in the house in the movie. So that was a big feature of the house that I'm glad that they've preserved. I mean, you're getting so much with this set because you're getting a representation of that kind of 90s, 80s Victorian like architecture that you would see in so many nice houses at that time. But you're also getting, you know, this movie replica, and it's a Christmas set, and so it can be appreciated from practically any angle that you turn it. So that's nice. Hard to beat. Just a lot of fun to be had here, in a lot of different ways. All right, let's see what we got. Looks like we're building a little bit more of that more reddish brown now. Okay, so you can see that's kind of just extending that up. All right, looks like we got the entryway done there. And next up, looks like we're building a few more steps for the big staircase, the grand staircase going through. Speaking of, quote, the grand staircase, I guess the Lego Titanic set is out there now, which is something that I think was spoken of in whispers, you know, for years. People wondering how Lego would do it and if they would do it. And apparently it's turned out really nicely. It's the kind of thing, of course, that I would want, but it's not the kind of thing I think I could ever get. It's just so much of a space concern. And, you know, of course it has to be in micro scale. You can't, I mean, you could do a minifig scale version of the Titanic, but talk about unreasonable. I think that would be a completely unreasonably scaled toy. I don't know, maybe it would be the kind of deal where you would build half of it, and like some of the like actual sets in stores, you know, you could buy like 2 of them to make one entire Titanic. I wouldn't want to do that, but maybe that would be like a preference for some people. Maybe that's something they would like. Not for me though. Cool though for the people who are interested in it, you know. Yeah, it would have been nice. There we go. Bingo. One of my favorite things, apparently, about this Titanic set, which, you know, just judging by reviews and pictures that I've seen of it, is that once you split it apart, you can actually see the interior. You can see a cross-section of all the different kinds of cabins and the different levels. And that is great. I didn't think there would be any kind of interior detail in that set. I thought, you know, you'd have plenty of detail on the deck, and there would be lots of little things, you know, on the exterior of the ship, but I had no idea they would actually go for it in terms of the interior detail. So I can respect that, even as someone who's probably not going to buy the Titanic set. And that's one of the deals, like the Millennium Falcon, where they're probably not going to be producing as high a quantity of that because they know that that is appealing to a very kind of small group of people who, space-wise and financially, are looking to spend that much money on a Lego set. This is, you know, in my world, this is already a big lift to, you know, throw down like this much on a big Lego set, so. All right, corner made there. But for some people, I know it's not a problem. And the deal is that if Lego was my only hobby, then it probably wouldn't be a problem. But it's not. I'm first and foremost an action figure guy, but it seems like as the years go on, I am leaning more into that, Lego being a major staple. I don't see it ever completely eclipsing the action figure thing, but I've wondered in the past few years. I really have. What's funny? I wonder if that's a big thing in the toy collecting community, that there's a lot of crossover between action figure and Lego collectors. Or is that really not a thing? Am I kind of out there? Am I kind of an aberration when it comes to that? Am I sort of an outlier? Yeah, I agree. Keeps your mind sharp, and it's just that keeps your creativity up, which I think is important. My memory is getting a lot worse, but maybe if I stay creative, that's going to count for something. Maybe. It's also a good way to justify spending money. All right, that indeed is the corner of a brick house. Indeed. Okay. More of my favorite pieces in play here, the brick pieces. I've never been someone who's went to the pick-a-brick, at the Lego store and been like, I need this much of this and this much of that and this much of this. But if I were, I think that it would be for the brick pieces, like the actual, building brick pieces. Because to me, that's where my mind goes, is building these giant buildings. All right. Looks like this one's ready to be placed for now. We're definitely closing in the corners of the first floor now, so it's starting to look like something. It doesn't look just like, an island with a partially demolished house on it. So, okay, it still sort of looks like that, but still, it's definitely getting there. It's definitely getting there. Wouldn't it have been funny if they had tried to have done a Home Alone 3 with Macaulay Culkin like a year after Home Alone 2? Sometimes I wonder about the universe where that happened, like the alternate reality where that happened. Because, think about it. He would have been to the age to where it wouldn't have been as believable, and he probably would have been like 12 or something at that point. And I have a title for them if it had happened 3 Christmases in a row, or 3 Christmases, really not just in a row, but at any time. The title would have been Home Alone 3 Child Protective Services. So, just throwing that out there if Chris Columbus is watching this and he needs an idea. So, all right. Or perhaps Home Alone 3 Ward of the State. I think Ward of the State would have been appropriate. So, this is really funny, but just this morning I saw a news story, and on last night's live stream, should I say, I was talking all about Chris Columbus, if you remember, and how I was, kind of sad he didn't get to do any more Harry Potter, and that he'd had a desire. I could tell he really wanted to, but it just didn't work out. And I guess his name is David Yates, I think, is the guy who directed the last Harry Potter films. Well, there's a news story that's all over the place this morning where he expressed his desire once again, publicly, that he wants to do an adaptation of the musical Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, or Cursed Child, however you want to say it. he would like to do that with the original actors because he says, and he's right to say it, that they're the perfect age right now to do it. And just seeing that, I mean, it once again made me think, man, if they don't do that, they're really losing an opportunity here to do something special. Because, I'm a big Chris Columbus fan, so I would love to see Columbus have the chance to do another Harry Potter project. So I would be completely for that, actually. I would be really excited. I don't know if everybody would be or not. I don't know. Maybe most people think David Yates is the only guy who should fool with it now, but I mean, I think he's had his fair shot at the Harry Potter franchise. I think it's time to let Chris get back in there for a little while. He clearly has a lot of passion. I mean, the whole reason that he got the job over the many other directors. Oh yeah, me too. The whole reason he even got the job over the many other and much more well-known and more vetted directors than him for the original movies was because he wrote his own treatment. And he came to the meeting to get the job with his treatment in hand, like Chris Columbus had it already. He already had it figured out about how to adapt the more prickly things about the first couple of books, or at least the first book, because he was such a fan himself. So to me, that says a lot about Columbus's love for the Harry Potter franchise. And I know that the later films had their own challenges, but to me, by far, the hardest job out of all of them was always going to be those first movies and making those work. If those hadn't worked, the whole thing would have fallen apart. And how many franchises have we seen since then that attempted to be Harry Potter and didn't go anywhere because the direction wasn't right? That's what it really comes down to, is appropriate direction. If you can't get that, then it's... I remember there were so many Harry Potter-esque things that they tried to do. There were also kind of like Lord of the Rings-esque too, and some of them were trying to be both. I remember there was two movies that really stick out to me as trying and failing to jump on those ships, and that was The Golden Compass. Tried really hard with Nicole Kidman, and I think Daniel Craig was in that too, and it failed. And the other one is Aragon, about the kid and the dragon, which was, I think, maybe even worse than The Golden Compass. I don't know. And those are fine movies. I especially think The Golden Compass had some good things about it. I really do. But, Aragon was pretty rough. I remember going to see that and thinking, oh boy, what have I got myself into? Any movie that can make John Malkovich look bad, that's a bad movie. I remember being shocked. Okay. We are swiftly approaching the end of Bag 5, and I think Bag 6 is going to be exciting because we're actually going to build Lego Kevin Mcallister, which to me, that sounds like some joy. Sounds like some fun. Now, if you remember in the movie, you've got Kevin and one of his cousins and Buzz are all looking out the window at Old Man Marley, or whatever his name is. And they're watching him, and Buzz is trying to tell the story of how he was accused of killing a bunch of people in the neighborhood, which is, of course, I don't even think that's even based on anything. I think Buzz was just making up something to scare Kevin. But there's this whole mythology that Buzz comes up with, that the reason he shovels salt, which of course is a kind public service that he's doing for the neighborhood in reality, is because he's using it to mummify the bodies of his victims. So, whereas maybe we need giant containers of faux salt in this, and maybe I can take some of the numerous Lego mummies over the years and put them in. All right, let's get Bag 6 going here. Yep, it's the Kevin Mcallister bag. Ooh, excitement. I was talking to my nephew a couple of days ago, and he got this set. And he went through like 10 bags in a day. I do not possess the ability to go through 10 of these bags in a day. I am lucky to do a couple a day. And to keep that up, that to me is a big accomplishment. Which he is really, really, really good at putting together sets. And like me, I think I've rubbed off on him, and he's a perfectionist about stickers and things like that, and that worries him. But I'm telling you, when I was his age, I wouldn't have been very good at it. I don't think I would have known what I was doing. Because, and it's funny, and it almost seems hard to believe, but I wasn't a Lego kid. It just wasn't a thing for me. I was into action figures. I wanted to be into Lego, but... All right, we got Kevin here. He needs some hair. Pretty bad. He needs some hair. We're going to give him his little legs first. Yep, that's the determination of youth. You are correct. You are correct. Those kids, man, they're going to get it done. Look at that. I love the print on the chest there with the sweater. Love those little details, little woven details. It's fantastic. Oh, Kevin. All right, so here's the real test. We're going to switch him around to his alternative facial expression here. I'm going to put the hands up. Yeah. Yeah, I think it works. Okay, what's cool is that this comes with an alternative outfit. Well, accessories, I guess, for Kevin. So he comes with the cool scarf piece, which of course he wears when he goes out to like the store and stuff. At least I think that's when he wears it. So you can put that on. And then he also comes with the gray boggin that he wears when he goes out in public. So let's get that alternative look going there, just so we can see it before. We've built a lot of stuff. I think we deserve a breather here to just check out Kevin's alternative looks. I love that. I can see him lugging like the groceries home now in the bags, and they all blow up on him and everything goes onto the road. That's great. So you can, we can go ahead and try this out right here. Yeah. Yeah, that looks right when they're doing the slow follow, which as an adult, going back and watching the movie is, to me, the scariest part of the movie, because that seems a little real to me. It's a little creep-tastic there when that happens. And let's see that scarf with just the hair there. Yeah, that's nice too. Looks like he's ready to say, it's my house and I have to defend it. Ah! We're going to leave Kevin confident right now. All right, it's time to stop playing with the minifig. I'm going to set him over here to... Okay, focus. I can't be the only one that builds a minifig and it just stops everything dead. So he does come with a really, really funny buildable accessory. Let me show you what it is here, because this is pretty funny. Now, this bag, as you can see, is the most full of like minuscule, tiny little pieces of any of them that we've done so far, which tells me this one's going to take a little while because there's a ton of stuff in here, like little details. I actually think a lot of this bag is going to be us putting all kinds of little minutia into the house, like little details. So let's see, what do we got here? Ah, there it is. Okay. This is what he's got. I love this. If I'm doing it right. Yeah. Okay, I thought it was supposed to connect. It's not supposed to connect. It just sets in here. This is the bowl of ice cream you're supposed to have with Kevin right here. And not only do you get a bowl of ice cream, but you get his spoon that he's using to dig in. So this would be the part where he's like, I guess it's when he's yelling. He's trying to make sure the family's not there, and he's like, I'm watching rubbish and eating junk. If I can get it in there, that spoon's kind of gigantic for his hand. Oh yeah, that's perfect. You've got his bowl of ice cream. Now there's no connector point for the bottom of the ice cream into the bowl, so it just kind of sits there. So it's kind of frustrating because it can easily just. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I love it. Sitting there watching Angels with Filthy Souls. Then in Home Alone 2, the aptly named Angels with Even Filthier Souls. Yeah, I believe you, but my Tommy gun don't. It's hard to believe that somebody getting like violently gunned down with a machine gun is in a PG like family movie, but it is, and context is everything, and it is an old gangster movie, so it works. It doesn't feel violent in the movie. It just feels funny. Even to this day, like when I did the Bachelor video a little while back, and because I had to come up with all sorts of different ways to kill Bachelor in those, and I had to have him get shot like with automatic weapon fire. Because to me, it's just so funny. It's not funny in a real context, but in like comedy context, it's gold. Have somebody do like some kind of crazy bullet dance. Even Paul Verhoeven and RoboCop kind of realized that it could be kind of darkly funny, even if that was a lot more graphic. I don't know. We're all messed up by the movies we watch. It ain't normal. It ain't normal. I have no idea what this is that we're building. It's clearly some kind of interior detail. Maybe Oh, okay. Yeah. I see it now. This is Kevin's sled. All right, this is great. This is awesome. Yeah, let's get that ice cream out of his hands then. And let's get his winter gear on, because I definitely want him to be on the sled. This is great. I didn't know if we would build the sled right away. Of course, this is when Kevin gets all geared up to try sledding in the house, like on the stairs. Okay, take the hair off. Get the boggin going. I think the boggin is a little more ornate in the movie, has more patterns and things on it, but I don't think that they print that kind of thing on hat pieces just yet. Or maybe on boggin pieces, they don't really print it. So this is him on the sled. Man, I love that. This is great. So technically, is there enough room? Yep. Okay. I kid you not. Look at this. They've got just the perfect amount of room up here, and we'll be able to zoom in here for Kevin to be able to. Will it work? It's a little more violent than the movie, but yep, you can go right down the steps. This is great, and once again, this gets into that pace I was talking about, and that I always talk about with live builds, where Lego is very keen on making sure that there's kind of like little moments of, there's some actions you can do during it. You can try out some things and kind of play with the set as you go. So this now solves the mystery of what this action feature is back here with this plunger that you can push, because that's supposed to push the sled down. So let me get him on it. Yep. I think he skipped the stairs on that one and just went flying through. There we go. That's what we're supposed to do. How great. How great. Love it, love it, love it. Well, okay. Time for me to keep going. Seems like I'm never going to get back to it. All right. Okay, we have more mechanisms to fool with. I think this mechanism will turn the tree and by extension turn a bunch of the things that Kevin uses to try to fool Harry and Marv into thinking there's a big Christmas party going on at the house, which is actually one of my favorite gags in the original movie. It seems very inventive, and even no matter how unrealistic it is that a kid could actually get that rigged up, it seems inventive and juvenile enough to where, don't think about it too much. It's all right. The enemy of comedy is trying to rationalize every single thing. It's like all the people who complained endlessly about Prometheus, and that, well, why did the scientists do this, and why did they do this, and why? You can't think of every single thing needs to be 100% logical. Not every character's decision needs to be 100% exactly the right decision, or it has to make perfect sense. You're robbing the movie of being able to tell a story when you do that. I mean, if we're gonna do that, then every script, everybody would always know how everything went. Characters need to make bad decisions and need to do unexpected things. All right, got that. So I think we're getting ready to put the train track around the Christmas tree, because that's a big highlight of the Mcallister tree, is Kevin has a toy train running around it, so that's cool. All right, yeah. Okay, and what I like is, thank the good Lord, that they have pre-printed the train tracks on these pieces, so there's no, thankfully, there's no stickering to be had. You know how much I love to place them finicky little stickers. Makes me so happy. Okay, get that on there. The train tracks also hide the elevated little platform there, the differential between it and the floor, which is a nice little added bonus. So the train tracks, they kind of hide the mechanism. Okay. Oh, we're going to be building, it looks like, the fireplace now. So that's fun. So let's see what we've got. Boom, boom. And there it is, all done. Wonderful. It looks just like a fireplace. Those crazy devils at Lego. Is this the part of the stream where I should be saying things like, smash that like button, get on my store and check out my merch, be sure to donate to the Patreon. Looks like some candles there almost. Oh, wait. I think this is supposed to be flame effects. All right. Go right there. Oop. We got some flames. It's a cool effect. Oh, I like this. So they have a great way to add some ornamentation to the front of this little fireplace. There's these pieces right here, which I believe they look like R2 unit legs from Star Wars. I don't know if that's what that is, because I'm not a big Star Wars Lego collector necessarily. Only had a couple of those sets in the modern era, but maybe. That's cool though. It's certainly what it looks like. So I like it. Ah. Okay. See, and the ornamentation works out really well. It looks like the crown molding that you would see like right around a fireplace. So that actually works out really nice. Beautiful, beautiful. It's beautiful, Clark. Wrong John Hughes Christmas movie. It's beautiful. Ah, and here we have the nice little grate that goes in front of the fireplace. I like the gold there. Yep, 90s fireplace to me. Let's see. All right, we have a little bit more of that fun little ornamentation there. So that goes on the side. Need another one. Okay. We have a little bridge piece. Oh yeah, that's a lovely little fireplace. All right, so this goes on the side. Two. Okay. All right, then we have the mantle up above the fireplace. That on there. Oh yeah. Perfect. 11 out of 10. Some more ornamentation here. Well, I kind of, I remember when I was, I don't know, 8 or 9, I had like kind of a, maybe I was 7 or 8, I can't remember. Yeah, 7 or 8, I guess. I remember having kind of a mini meltdown because my brother could whistle and I couldn't. So, I remember kind of like, out of sheer anger and force of will, trying to like force my lips to be able to flex into the into a whistle. I know that sounds crazy, but I remember it was a big deal to me. So I don't know. Maybe. Maybe the there's apparently people who are like professional whistlers. I know that sounds nuts, but go to like competitions. They're like whistling like songs professionally and stuff. Check this out. A little stocking to hang up over the mantle. How about that? There's some you don't see every day. And if you did, it would be weird. Anytime I see a stocking, I can't help but think of Mr. Bean's Christmas, the Christmas special, where he not only put up a stocking for himself, and I think he put up a stocking for his teddy bear, and then over the little mouse hole in his apartment, he put up a stocking for the mouse. And I think at the end of the special, the mouse has some cheese in the stocking. Truly one of the greatest Christmas specials of all time, the Mr. Bean Christmas special. That's one I actually haven't watched in a couple of years. I think I need to go back and check that one out this year. All right, get the stockings all hung up by the fire here. Very nice. Okay, we're ready to put that in the corner here. Keep in mind, I believe this is the window Harry and Marv are looking through as they're watching Kevin decorate the Christmas tree in the movie. So they've done a great job recreating this little space. Of course, it'll be even better when there's an actual tree in there. Oh, okay. We've got the shelf now that we're building, which is going to be sitting over here, which is the one that Harry and Marv were kind of like looking over as they peered in on Kevin. So let's get that together. I didn't remember all these like crazy colors on it, but I would bet money that if I went back and looked, it's probably just like this, and I just never noticed it. Because this is supposed to be like, I think, representing like a shelf with a bunch of like little things all over it. I think. Okay. All right. We got this. Oh, here we have the tiny little Lego person. This is just a micro figure. Even though I'm not huge on micro scale builds, I absolutely love micro figures. So that's really cool. Glad to get that anyway. It's, I guess, a little statue that's sitting there. And here we go. All right, got my flower there. Fantastic. There we go. And then we're using a frog piece here, and it is a golden frog. This one kind of confuses me a little bit because I'm not. Kevin. Yeah, I should have known that would happen. This one kind of confuses me a little bit though because I have no idea what the deal is. This is clearly something I need to like look at in the movie because this is supposed to just set up here. It doesn't connect or anything to anything. It just sets here. There's no peg. There's no stud for it to connect to. So I don't know. Maybe somebody can. I don't know. Maybe there's a gold frog up there, and I never once paid any attention to it. I don't have a clue. Color me confused. But might be something for me to go back and pay a little extra attention to, I believe. Get this off of here. Put it on here. So these are some of the presents that are under the tree when Harry and Marv are kind of looking in. So this goes right here. Okay, right here. Right. I guess these are like the little baubles that are in the floor. If you remember, Kevin rigs up this whole area to where, I guess it's when Marv tries to walk on it, there's little toy cars and little ornaments all around. And now we have some really funny little pieces. And the truth is, I'm completely ignorant about these pieces. I don't know anything about them. But these are apparently micro scale little like cars. These are fascinating, but they work perfectly for the kind of Hot Wheels and micro machines that Kevin is supposed to have around, just on the floor. So that's awesome, actually. Did not know what a good solution to that would be. I actually thought they would maybe just be like little bricks or something, but no. No, they're tiny little minifig scaled like Hot Wheels, like micro machines. If I remember right in the movie, it's not just cars too, it's like micro machine helicopters and things. Now Brandon would probably know. Now here's the kind of breaking the fourth wall moment for the set, apparently. If you look, this, and it's one of these stickers here, is just supposed to be a facsimile of the box art of the Lego Ideas set. So the implication is that underneath the Christmas tree, one of the presents is this Lego set. So as funny as that is, it's definitely a fourth wall breaking kind of little gag there. And I think it's funny. It's all in good fun, doesn't detract a bit from the authenticity of the Lego set. The only thing is, like I said, I'm gotta make sure I get all those edges even. So the only bad thing about it is, hey, it's another chance for me to screw up a sticker, which I am quite good at. Okay, I think that's pretty decent. There it is, the little minifig scale version of the actual Lego Ideas box. So, I mean, how cool is that? How cool is that? I'm gonna put it right down here. Love it. Okay, moving on. All right, we've got this. Oh, we're actually building the Michael Jordan standee because, as we know, this is the area where Kevin rigs up all the stuff to make it look like there's the party going on. So didn't think we'd be getting there just yet, but we're there. There we go. All right, and this is the minifig scale plate here. That'll be perfect for the Michael Jordan Standee. Of course, as we all know, he plays for the Bricks, which was their funny compromise in not having the NBA license anymore. There was a brief time when Lego actually did do some NBA sets. Those are some of the most valuable Lego sets on the market, actually. There he is. There's Michael Jordan playing for the Bricks. That's what most people don't know, is turns out Michael Jordan played for the Bricks when he came out of retirement. That's what we'll say. This is shortly after he tried playing baseball. All right, I think I got him on there, okay? There he is, playing for the Bricks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Kevin had him rigged on top of the train. That was the deal. Can't believe I wasn't thinking about that. I just remembered him having him on, cords and strings, and there were like a pulley thing. I guess that was the mannequins that he got out of the basement. He was doing more of that with. And then for Michael Jordan, he actually had him on the little train going around. And so now we're going to do a micro build of this tiny little train. Get that together here. Yeah. Piece here. Once again, like I said, not huge on micro sets, but love it when little micro elements are in a set, a minifig scaled set, to kind of make it a little more, to make the scale work. Oh, really? Is there any particular thing that that has people thinking like in that direction about the fashion designer thing? Just out of pure curiosity. Maybe it's because of her killer bowl cut that she's got. Catherine O'Hara is such a great actress. Watch her in so much, and she's wonderful. That woman is a Canadian treasure. Oh yeah, the mannequins. You're right. You're totally right. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they have so much money. Maybe the dad really isn't doing much. Maybe it's the mom. She also has a really nice watch, because you remember she's trying to give the watch to that old couple to get them to trade out their seat on the plane or something. So maybe that's a clue as well. You know, it's such a shame that John Hughes is dead, not only just, because we lost such a great talent for his family, but there's a lot of these questions that I think that golden tickets. Yeah, exactly. But I think that a lot of these questions could only be answered by John Hughes. So We'll probably never get satisfactory answers to some of this stuff. Now, Uncle Frank is definitely somebody with a golden ticket because of his brother. I need to try to figure out Uncle Frank's strategy in life so that I can try to take advantage of my brother somehow and start using him for vacations and to get ahead in life. I need to figure out how he did it and what the method is and how he's benefiting. And yeah, maybe I can start taking my brother for a ride on extravagant vacations. Oh gosh. Here's hoping that he doesn't watch this so that, he doesn't find out that I'm getting ready to take him for a ride. Elaborate vacations to France. Now that is fun. That is fun. Look at this. He just scrolls right around there. How great is that? So then we're going to put this little globe piece on here. Uncle Frank Christmas. Grown up fuller. Yeah, Uncle Frank is unresolved as a character, I believe. He does not learn his lesson. When's Uncle Frank going to have to pay for stealing all that stuff from the plane and emphatically telling his wife to put it in your purse, put it in your purse? Come on, Uncle Frank. I think everybody has an Uncle Frank in their family. He's just along for the ride. He's doing nothing to contribute. He is there. What does he tells Kevin? Look what you did, you little jerk. And he says, your father's paying good money for this trip. Maybe John Hughes had an uncle he absolutely hated, or some kind of family member that he thought was always trying to take advantage of his dad or something. I mean, John Hughes always claimed that Christmas Vacation came from all of his memories of his dad and his parents trying to have the perfect Christmas and his family being so insane and it all falling apart. And Planes, Trains, and Automobiles comes from him being stuck somewhere and trying to get there a different way and not being able to make his flight. And this is the Christmas tree that Kevin has decorated. You know, what I really like is that the pace of the build. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He does have an ingenious way of getting out of paying for the pizza. Hey, is this your house? You live here? Oh, no, it's my brother's house. I'm liking this minifig scaled Christmas tree right here. How festive. Look at this. This is going to be great once it's all built up. I mean, when I see a minifig scale Christmas tree, excitement intensifies. You know, the truth is, I never did get like a great look at the actual LEGO Ideas submission for this set. I don't know how true this is or if they've taken a lot of liberties with the thing. I think they're pretty true to the original ideas of the set, but the LEGO designers, I actually think it's very rare that they don't surpass the original intent of the creator. And then every now and then it's just more about making it manageable, because some of this stuff that gets approved on LEGO Ideas is just kind of unworkable as an actual retail set, and it's totally understandable that there's going to be some compromises, or maybe I'm just a pitiful apologist maybe for a multi-billion-dollar corporation, but it's got to be realistic for it's got to make sense economically. So okay, got this looking good. Glad there's only one of these to put together, because this could get monotonous real quick, trying to make sure that you're not putting these in the wrong direction. Maybe I take it too seriously, but I want it to be exactly the way they want it to be, so I have those Lord business tendencies. Oh, I'm liking the shape of this. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. I think the scale is going to be just right on this, too. I really do. I also like how the translucent studs are really giving a nice little illusion for the kind of ball ornaments, because they're kind of like shiny. If I remember right, they're kind of shiny and transparent little like colored glass bulbs on the tree in the movie. And I think this does a really good job of emulating that. So that's nice. And if you would have like told me that on paper, that you're just going to take transparent studs and attempt to use that, I would have probably thought it wouldn't have worked very well, but it actually worked really nicely. So good for them. Okay. We have the top cone of the tree here. Okay, so I'm starting to wonder if what we're doing here next is a reference to actually a Home Alone 2 reference. I mean, is this supposed to be representative of Mr. Duncan talking about the turtle doves, the 2 turtle doves that he gives Kevin? Because these are some of the only real ornamentation on this tree. And I don't think these were like super prominent of a decoration that was in the actual first movie. So I'm going to say that this is the 2 white, like porcelain-looking turtle doves from Home Alone 2. I think that that's what's going on here. I could be wrong, but if it is, that's really cool. As a lover of Home Alone 2, I appreciate that very much. Okay, now we have the star, and the way that they've done this is really cool, because you've got this kind of paddle, and then the star piece just plugs into it up here. So it gives it that really nice silhouette. All right. Take that and pop it in. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. So we'll plug that in right over here. Okay. Perfect. I love how this is starting to look, very full, and it's all starting to come together right here. It's just a great little nook of detail. There's all sorts of cool stuff happening. Oh man, this is just looking so nice. I'm absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. All right. Let's go on for, I'll tell you what. Let's go on to bag number 7, shall we? Let's not have a good thing end. Let's keep going just a little bit further. Too much fun is being had. It's just, this is getting to the point in the build where you're not just building abstracts anymore. This is actually recognizable, and it really spurs you on to just keep going for as long as you possibly can with it, because this is just fun. Especially when you've got, Michael Jordan Standee over here. Oh, and by the way, there were quite a few extra pieces with this, and I think that was intentional because you get more cars and more ornament pieces. And I think it's so that you can easily like spread them over the floor and have that particular trap be more prominent for Harry and Mar for that part of the movie. So I really actually think that those were intentionally given, because Lego has a lot, with machine sorting these days, there's a lot more control of what extra parts you get. So I think that actually is something that they wanted to do. So how cool is that? I appreciate little things like that. I really do. All right, let's get back down to it. Oh, it looks like we're doing we're doing the like entryway, the rug, if you will. So let's see. Oh, wrong one. Here it is. So this is like the entry step. And this is where you have the floor mat with the Mcallister M on it, which is a very cool little touch. Oh, we have a little plate. This is the first silver-backed sticker that we're going to be using. So I'll go ahead and hopefully I don't drive myself too crazy trying to line this up just right. I know that it's not the end of the world if I mess up a sticker, but it's the end of my world. Oh, God. Oh, God. There we go. All right, hey, first try, not bad, not bad. Even for my crazy standards, I think that went pretty well. So that just plugs right in there into the entryway step. Let me zoom out just a smidgen there. We can see what we're doing. Okay. Next up, looks like we're building up the entry pathway just a little bit. So yeah, let's get right to it. Looks like we have some little floor-based pieces, some little curves, and if you remember, there's a big red kind of rug running through the house, and this is, of course, I guess that's technically where Harry enters the house at the very beginning of the movie when he's dressed up as the cop. So there's a big rug piece right there in the front. They've literally rolled out the red carpet. We'll get this over here. I'm just having a blast with this so far. This is so fun. It's great to have this little model of a real big piece of movie history for me, especially as a kid. Home Alone was everything when it came to Christmas movies. You know, I bet that if you look at VHS sales for the whole time that format was going, I bet Home Alone is one of the higher ranking when it comes to the VHS sales of Home Alone 1 and 2. I mean, you know, that's really one of the first movies that I can really remember us buying that was a big new release was Home Alone, the original Home Alone on VHS. You know, I have plenty of memories of buying other movies, especially like Disney films and things. But Home Alone, I remember they had it like in a big Standee. I think it was at Kmart or something where we got it. And it was a big deal to get Home Alone. And we must have practically worn that tape out. I don't know if it's still around somewhere. And of course, it's been made obsolete by, I think, you know, I bought it on 4K. Or they did a 4K scan of it for the latest Blu-ray box set. And I don't know how much better the movie can look now. They have it scanned to such a point that, you know, you can count the film grain now in the image. So I don't know how much better Home Alone can actually look than it does right now. I think they've kind of maxed out the image. You know, you can see what's there, and that's probably all that's ever going to be there until they come up with some kind of insane new format. I'm not sure how much like 8K is going to be benefiting old Home Alone there, but hey, maybe that'll be the standard one of these days. Everything will be in 8K Blu-ray, perhaps. All right, we have some more of those support beams with the covers that you place over them. There we go. Looking nice. So this goes beside, this is the other entryway. Okay. Yeah, this goes on the other side of the steps right here beside the little Hot Wheels car. So we're just kind of making walkways. I guess crown molding would be the appropriate term here. Take this, put it together. Oh. You know, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot to this bag, so I'm glad I just went on to it, because it doesn't really seem like this is going to take too long unless there's just something really complicated in here. The last bag took a long time because of all the tiny little minute pieces and details and the mini build of the Christmas tree and just all that. But this, I don't think, has anything like that going on. So there we go. Okay, so there's the other walkway. You have a lot of just rote repetition in this. Like, apparently, I'm going to attach 5 of these just right on top of each other for this one. It amazes me how quickly this bottom floor is coming together. It just seems like I've been working on this no time at all. And it's already, you know, it's just been an hour and a half. And I went from having nothing down here to having everything. So I'm actually genuinely shocked. The pace of this is so much quicker than even something like the Daily Bugle build. Whereas this seems to be a blistering kind of speed. In terms of Lego pace, all right? In terms of Lego pace. Ah! There we go. So there's the archway for that. Oh, okay, yeah. This is the little thing on the side where you have like a flower in the entryway. I think I remember that from the movie. Maybe I'm just making up things, but I think it was there. Another little mini build here of the flower. Jeez. I'm trying to do this over top of my camera. So, like how Kevin is just perpetually terrified up there at the top of the stairs. All right. Done with that. Okay. And these look like kind of the house supports or the walls that we'll have for the entryway here. Okay. Got those together. So exciting to see this thing come together. What's great is that now I'm to the part of the build where I'm starting to see how, you know, there's less mystery. It's more obvious how everything is coming together, so. And it just makes it more fun. Because now I can kind of get a sense of the direction of where everything's going. Okay, so that goes there. Okay, I misplaced this slightly. Okay, I think I was supposed to put it over here. Oh, okay. I really goofed up on this one. So this was supposed to go back here. This is supposed to go up here. And yeah. Yeah, that was it. Okay, I just have to find another one of the white pieces real quick. That was a rare case of there being an awkward angle in the instruction manual where you really couldn't. It was a little harder to see what you were doing, which usually is completely avoided in modern Lego instruction manuals. But with a set this size, it's, you know, it's going to happen every now and then, so it's not a big deal at all. There we go. Now that archway makes a whole lot more sense over there. Okay. Just had a stupid moment there. Sorry. Back to work, back to work. Okay. Now we have the entryway is looking a little more like what I would have expected. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. So now it looks like we're building some more like support stuff. And grab this. Okay. So apparently, yeah, this goes up here over this. All right, very good. It's a little bit more structural integrity to it now. Okay. Some little joists on here. I don't know what a joist is. I've heard them say it on this old house, okay? I don't know anything about manual labor. I'm woefully unprepared for the world. All right, got that on there. And it looks like here we're kind of giving the modular sort of seals, if you will, the flat kind of pieces up here that will allow us to easily separate the first story from the second story of the house. I can't say enough how the Mcallister house is the perfect kind of house to do sort of the slightly truncated Lego version of. It's not a mansion, but it's really large. There's all sorts of little rooms and vignettes and things. And it just makes it ideal in a way that most fictional houses just aren't. Like I don't know if there'll ever be a good way for Lego to do like an out and out like Wayne Manor. Like a real Wayne Manor. Like, how could they? Like, is there really a way to do a minifig scaled, like gigantic, true to size mansion? I don't really know if there is, to be honest with you. Same for the X Mansion, Professor Xavier's Mansion, school for gifted students. I just don't know if that's a thing. Like, it could be, I guess, but it would be prohibitively expensive. Or there would be like a major compromise to how you would do it. Or, I mean, the thing is, you can't necessarily do it like the modern Harry Potter theme does it. Because the modern Harry Potter theme has, all sorts of different parts of Hogwarts that you buy as separate sets and then you connect them or whatever. Well, a regular old house, isn't going to be as interesting per individual sets, especially because there's not the wealth of material when it comes to one, straight up continuing movie series. I mean, there's all sorts of comic book material for this stuff, but we all know that movie adaptations are going to get a lot more mileage. So I just don't think there's a good way to do it. But for the Mcallister house, like, this is the perfect kind of Lego house if you're looking for something to adapt. How much you want to bet it's one of those things where, the submission came in on Lego Ideas and they sort of wish that they had thought of it first, because that's, it's really a gold mine of a little Christmas holiday idea. It really is. I accidentally activated the action feature over here with Michael Jordan, and I wasn't even sure how. I wasn't paying any attention to how it was happening, but apparently over here with this little lever, you twist it and Michael Jordan takes a trip around, on the train, just like in the movie. So that's great. Okay, looks like we're now doing, I think, the front door. So that's a big deal. A lot of excitement on that one. Okay, here's the door, but that's not all there is to it. Apparently we're doing the wreath now. Okay, get that going here. Perfect. And this is just gonna peek through right here. And we're just gonna put some of these little like stopper pieces to simulate it being decorated with Christmas decorations. So not exactly sure if I'm doing this right. Is it just supposed to hang here? Yeah, I don't think it presses into it or clicks in. I think it just, I think it just hangs, which is fine. Because then on the other side, you got this. Then you put like the flower in. Nope. Oh, it needs to go in the other way. Okay, so you got your little mini wreath right there. Oh, so this is cool. This is cool. What we're going to use for the doorknob isn't a doorknob piece, but we're going to use one of the red gems, because I believe they're trying to simulate Kevin having the doorknob heated up like in the movie. So it's pretty cool. I think that's a fun idea. So we'll get it in here. Okay. Got that in. Put this on a little platform. A couple of little extensions on the sides here. Oh, well, this is great. So they're going to kind of try to represent the little side windows on the door, which is in the movie. There's all those little side panes of glass with these little guys, little transparent cubes with little white toppers, just like this. And so Oh, yeah. Yeah, that works beautifully, actually. Works beautifully. Let's see. Okay, so that will just plug in. You see, that's really nice. It's really nice. And we'll do 3 more for the other side. Okay. All right. Looking good. We have a little window part at the top, little arch. Then this right here. Lovely. And that'll be our front door. Haha, nice. Okay. We're gonna be doing some columns out front. Give it that Victorian look, which I'm excited about because that's going to give it a really kind of finished look without much effort. And I'm all about without much effort. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Lovely. So now all we got to do is just plop them on there. Oh yeah, that is just nice. That is just, let's say, architecturally satisfying. How lovely is that? The one thing is maybe I need to put them in the right spot. Other than that, though, I mean, great. You know, total win, victory. What is it the Canadians would say? Beauty. Oh yeah, it's a beauty. Okay, last little bit. Looks like we just have kind of the top of the archway. Then we'll wrap it up here. So we got that. And that connects to the longer piece. Like that. Like so. And then one of the black pieces, like so. And then one of these. And then one of these. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, okay. We're building like the little light that hangs down over the front porch. Or really not porch, but the front awning, I guess. Okay. We got the light right here. Yep, that goes right over, just like in the movie. The light hangs down. Okay. All right, let's get that connected, and I believe we'll be able to call it done on bag number 7. I just have to make sure it gets connected on the side over here. There we go. And on this side too. There we go. All right, I think we got it stable. Clean this up. And yeah. Okay. We have come to, I think, a pretty good stopping point. It is amazing how much of this has gotten done in just the last hour and a half. It looks so nice. We're certainly able to get definitely more of a sense of the house now and how that first level kind of comes together. And I am very impressed. I'm very impressed. So, yeah, looking great. I want to thank everybody who joined in and got to stick around with me for a while and hang out. And, of course, stick with me, and I'll be back. We'll, of course, be doing more bags for the Mcallister house. So, thanks, guys. God bless. Take care.